Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda. Today we have Julia Jacklin. How you doing?
I'm good.
Julia's from Australia, from the Blue Mountains. And you're in town because you're opening for Marlon Williams at the Power Station.
Yeah, tonight.
Do you know Marlon?
I do. I toured with him last year for a little bit in Australia.
And you have your own album out, which I was
Soon to be.
Soon to be album out,
yeah.
but it's recorded.
It's recorded.
And you recorded it down in Lyttleton.
Yeah.
So why did you, there must be recording studios in Australia, why did you decide to go down there?
Well, it wasn't too expensive,
Yeah,
for one.
that's
That was a
always
big
good.
factor. But I heard Aldous Harding's record, and then when I was in America, actually, and then I came home and I went down to Melbourne for the first time and to sing folk club, and Marlon's manager runs folk club, and he was like, hey, you should come to this show later on. Marlon Williams is playing, and when I rocked up, Aldous Harding was opening for him, and then I figured out like the whole connection with everyone.
Right.
And then yeah, I just kind of got in contact with Ben through those guys, because I really loved Aldous's record. So
Yeah, she's got a new one on the way as well. So
yeah,
looking forward to
she's
seeing
incredible.
that. So you'll need to tell us a little bit about yourself, I'm afraid.
Okay.
The usual questions, influences, what got you into songwriting, that kind of thing. It just gives us a little background information on
All
it.
right, I'll try and keep it short. I started with classical singing. That was probably my entry into music when I was 11. And I did that for about 8 years, which was great for foundational reasons, but not really my jam after a while. And then I picked up the guitar when I was about 20 because a good friend of mine wanted me to join her band and sing harmonies, and I wanted to be able to contribute to the...
You need something to hold on to.
Yeah, exactly, because I just didn't know what to do.
Tambourine wasn't going to work.
Oh, I have no sense of rhythm, so that wasn't an option. And then I kind of just went from there. And I was studying social work at uni, which I really enjoyed, but I don't know, I guess I spent a lot of time kind of getting distracted by writing songs. And then I recorded an EP 2 years ago.
Right.
And then
got a little buzz from that, and now you're on to the album, which is
Yeah.
soon to be released. So you're going to do some songs for us, and you have a
Yes.
gentleman singing with you.
I do.
Tell us who he is.
That man is called Tom Stevens.
All right.
And he is my good friend and my housemate and my drummer.
Right.
And all-around good guy.
Cool. All righty. And the first song we're going to hear is the title track from the soon-to-be-released album, right?
Yeah.
Don't Let the Kids Win.
Don't Let the Kids Win.
That's got an interesting concept behind it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was just kind of. I wrote it around the time my sister got engaged.
Right.
Because I found it just a strange moment in life when you realise that we're all growing up and.
Your sister older or younger?
Yeah, she's older than me, and that's kind of where it came from. And also, my brother got his first girlfriend. It was a bit jarring.
Yeah. You didn't think he'd ever have one?
No. Yeah, not at all. No, we just used to hang out a lot, and and then first love, and they get carried away, and you never see them again.
Yeah, now he's not hanging out with you.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
That's where it came
Well,
from.
don't take it out on the girlfriend.
Me?
No.
Oh, no. I'm very nice.
Great. Okay, well, let's listen to Don't Let the Kids Win, and we'll come back and talk some more, okay?
Cool.
Cool.
Don't let the kids win, just let them lose. They're not gonna learn anything if that's the way you choose to play. Don't let the kids win, just let them fall. You don't want them growing up thinking 3-year-olds are good at playing basketball. And don't let your grandmother die while you're away. A cheap trip to Thailand's not gonna make up for never getting to to say goodbye, and don't let your brother stop thinking you're cool. Yeah, I know he's got a girlfriend now and he's taller, but that don't mean he stopped looking up to you. And I've got a feeling that this won't ever change. We're gonna keep on getting older. It's gonna keep on feeling strange. And don't let your friends turn cold while you burn to green. When they walk off the stage, embrace them and say that's the best shit I've ever seen. And don't let your sister walk down the aisle without pulling her close, saying I love you and it's okay if I don't see you for a while. And I've got a feeling that this won't ever change. We're gonna keep on getting older. It's gonna keep on feeling strange. And don't let the time go by without sitting your mother down and asking what life was like for her before you came to be around, and tell her it's okay that she puts herself first. Us kids will be alright if we're not the center of her universe. And I've got a feeling that this won't ever change. We're gonna keep on getting older. It's gonna keep on feeling strange. And after a late one, I don't know anything except the more I keep on talking, the less breath I got left to sing.
Alrighty, we're here at the 13th floor with Julia Jacklin, and it's come to my attention that there's been quite a bit of buzz going on about you. I got word that something was going to be happening at South by Southwest, and overseas things are kind of in the works. How does that make you feel as somebody who's about to put out their first album? Does it create a lot of pressure, or are you excited about it?
It's just one of those things where I really am just not sure what I'm supposed to be feeling
Right.
or how I feel. It's hard to put into words. I mean, it's obviously really nice. I guess I'm just pretty keen to just have music out there and get feedback from that. So yeah, but no, it's exciting. It's a bit of pressure, but I think I really like the record, so and I know some other people do already, so you know.
Are you worried about being kind of sucked into the music machine and
music
thrown
machine.
out the other end? Because there's a lot of stories like that. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, absolutely. But I have a really good team. A lot of very good friends. I don't know if that would make any difference in the music machine, but we'll see. I guess we'll see. Who knows?
And did you talk maybe with Marlon and Aldous about this kind of thing? Have you spent much time hanging out with them?
No, I mean, when I first met those two, I was a babe in the woods. Like, I didn't know what was going on. So that was my first tour with Marlon.
Right.
So I haven't seen those guys for just under a year, I think, since a lot of stuff's happened. So, but I definitely will probably ask for some advice. Yeah.
Alrighty. So the next song that we're going to hear is something called Elizabeth. What can you tell me about that one?
Elizabeth, okay. That I wrote about my very good friend Elizabeth Hughes. And Yeah, she's kind of the reason I started playing in a band in the first place.
Right.
She's the one that asked me to join her band. And yeah, she's just been like one of my biggest supports. And
is her band still going?
Yeah, we're actually in another band together still as well. So, and she has her own solo stuff, and yeah, and it was just, I guess the song's about kind of just when there's just a period where she was just kind of questioning the whole pursuit, as we all do, and I just found it quite upsetting because we'd kind of gone into it together, and so then I wrote her this song.
Great, thanks. All right, well, let's give it a listen, and we'll come back and talk one more time.
Cool.
So shaky, so fine, standing up there, baby, oh, you look so divine, so harsh, that bright stage light, showing the first 4 rows that you don't want to play tonight. But you know I want you to. You know I need you to. And I'll be there for you, darling, even if it all falls through. So steady, so calm, standing up there, darling, with the front door in the heel of your palm. So good, that bright stage light, showing the back 4 rows that you got it made here tonight. You know I want you to. You know I need you to. And I'll be there for you, darling, when it all starts to come true. You stepped down off our home ground, said, good friend, I am done. So I left the game as they yelled my name, said, girl, you're my number one. So shaky, so fine, standing up there, baby, oh, you look so divine.
All right, we're back with Julia Jacklin. We have one more song to hear, but I was curious, this last song that we heard, Elizabeth, is about your friend Elizabeth, who you're also in a band with as well, doing other things other than your own solo thing, which seems to be a thing that a lot of people these days do. Like, I know I've spoken with Courtney Barnett, who is involved in all sorts of other different musical activities, and a lot of the bands in the indie scene around here in Auckland, everybody's playing with everybody. Is that, is there a reason why you feel like you want to do that? Is it help kind of stimulate the musical thing, or is it just to give you something to do?
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely. It's a different way of writing. Like the way we write in this other band is we kind of all just come together and just start from scratch together, which I've never done before. And I think that's really good to try figure out different ways of writing, especially, you know, if you get writer's block and you feel like nothing's ever going to come out again. It's good to know that there's other methods than just kind of sitting in your room and feeling depressed and trying to, you know, figure it out. And also the other band, I don't play guitar, so I'm kind of like the mic off the stand, like dancing person at the front, which is I think really it's just been interesting, different way to perform and different crowds.
Does that affect your own performance on your solo stuff as well, and how you interact with the audience?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I don't know how. I guess just that band has taught me to, I don't know, treat the audience with a lot of respect, and if you're feeling strange, or if you're feeling like you don't want to be there, just get over it, kind of thing, and just because, you know, you want people to walk away from it feeling something. Yeah. So I learned that with the band.
And you mentioned writer's block. Is that, I mean, you're just starting out as a writer, basically. Is that already something that you worry about?
Yeah, totally.
Because we just had Dave Dobbin up here, who's been, you know, writing songs for 1,001 years, and I asked him, I was like, does it get easier or harder 40 years down the block? And he actually says it's easier for him now to write songs. Yeah. And I would have thought it would be harder because you've written all the songs that you think of already. So. Yeah,
I think it's just something that, well, most people I know who write songs kind of worry a lot about it, because especially I think, well, for me at first, the process just seems to be completely out of your control.
Right.
So you just kind of like wandering around, and then something happens and you're like, oh, and you write it down and you've got a song, and then you just feel like you're quite out of control of that process. So that's what worries me sometimes about it. But I think I'm slowly trying to figure out how to kind of make it happen without
forcing it.
Well, yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the song that we're going to finish off with is something called "L.A. Dream."
Yes, L.A. Dream.
What can you tell me about that one?
Well, I wrote that. Where did I write that? I wrote that at home in my garage after a trip to America, where I'd met a man, and who actually was from San Francisco, but that was hard to put in the San Francisco
SF Dream doesn't quite have the same flow.
Yeah, and it's a pretty, I don't know, just this pretty standard heartbreak song, I think, in the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you go to the States.
It does.
But anyway, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when the album comes out. When do you estimate it should be?
All right, I'm going to say July.
All right. Yeah. In the meantime, folks can listen to it here on the 13th floor, at least 3 songs. And good luck with your show with Marlon tonight, and hopefully we'll be back in Auckland and New Zealand, and we'll see some more of you. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you.
Why'd you go to the grocery store on the day you planned to leave? You left me here with all this food my body does not need. And now I'm lying listless like a dog after a feed, thinking about the life that you'll now lead. Why'd you go in pushing when you saw my face in the light? You said if I just focus, I could get laid anytime. Now I'm lying broken like a dog after a fight. I guess I was not made for your life. I guess I was not made for your life. There on Central Station, you force my lips to scream. Loving you ain't easy, babe. It's just a LA dream, and I'll be lying happy, knowing we still spend good time. I guess I were not meant to be mine. I guess you were not meant to be